Hello Scorpio, welcome to my channel, The Mother Speaks Tarot. My name is Allison. My channel is still relatively new, it's under a year old. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Everybody who's already subscribed, all my viewers, I thank you with every single video. Thank you all. Thank you so much for being here with me. Without you all, my channel wouldn't be what it is. So I will thank you with every single video. I love you all so much. And if you do decide to subscribe today, a big thank you. Thank you so, so much. It tickles me with every single one of you that subscribes. Welcome, welcome, and I love you all. Those of you who are new and don't know, I'm also an author. I'm writing an action-adventure love story on superhero twin flames called Perception, the Two Yet One, book 1 here. I've read book 1 aloud live on Facebook, and I've uploaded all of those videos here to YouTube for you to enjoy for free. If you've already read book 1 or watched all those videos, just know that book 2 is published and available. These very well made, very high quality paperbacks are available from Kindle Direct Publishing for only $15.99 each, plus shipping. If you have Amazon Prime, however, your shipping will be free. So welcome everyone. This month is, we're having Mother's Day, and that's here in the United States. It's going to be on Sunday. And in February of this year, I took the entire month and dedicated it to love. And we got our messages from a goddess of love each week. And so what we're doing, since this is the Mother Speaks Tarot, we're going to celebrate the mother energy all month long. So you can see here that this week we're receiving our messages from Mother Mary. I've got my Empress card from the Tarot of the Divine, which is Our Lady of Guadalupe from Mexico. I've got my water here from Lourdes, France, where Saint Bernadette saw the lady. I've got my stone here that I got on Valentine's Day. This was a red stone when it came out of the ground. Now it's kind of like a dried blood. But see the heart? I was like, oh wow, the earth gave me a Valentine. And then I flipped it over, pardon me. And to me, this is the silhouette of Mary. You know how you can see Mary or Jesus in things? So that's my stone. That's my very special stone from the earth. We've got the Virgin of Guadalupe over here again, and my lovely Mary here. And I've got her decorated in my, my silver star crown. So we are going to use, pardon me, we are using the Medieval Scapini Tarot by Luigi Scapini. This is a vintage deck. This was, the copyright is 1985, so Luigi Scapini created these in the early 80s, maybe even the late 70s. This particular deck I'm using because it's got aspects of Christianity in it, it's got Christ in it and stuff like that. And also because I wanted this deck for the messages from Mary in February, and this deck came to me as a miracle from Mary. This deck and the little one that I clarify with. These both came to me as a gift. So if you would like to know the story behind that, the story of my miracle, I have a link to the video. I created a video explaining what happened, and it's called The Story of My Miracle, February 2021. So if you want to know the story behind that, you can go ahead and check that out. I have links in the description box to purchase my books. I have links to view the videos of me reading book 1 aloud. I've got links that tell my life story. I was visited by Mary when I was 16. And that's what set me on the path of well, kind of what set me on the path to spirituality. I was already on the path since I was a small child, but it made it clearer. It put me on a search, rather. So I told my story several years ago on Facebook, and I've uploaded those videos as well. That's all in the description box. Also, my friend April, I've got some links for her. She's awesome. Check her out. And if you would like a personal reading, I am still offering those, and the information to contact me about that is in the description box below. Okay, so after I'm done with the reading, I'm going to, I've been buying decks, we'll investing in decks for this channel, and I'm so excited to have finally got this one. It's the Mother Mary Oracle by Alana Fairchild. This is, okay, so Alana Fairchild created the same deck, the Isis deck that I used in February for Isis's week of messages from her. And it's just so deep. I just love these decks from Alana Fairchild. So I'm going to pull one card from this deck and then read from the book, because these are very long messages, and what it does is it usually touches on everything that I just said in the reading, and it makes me cry and everything. I couldn't even stop crying when I was reading Cancers just a moment ago. I did Cancers just before this one, so pardon me if I start busting into tears, but it's very touching. I have a very strong relationship with Mary and Isis. Okay, so as a reader, I read minor arcana cards as messages about your free will. And I read major arcana cards as messages about your divine blueprint, which is the plan that you wrote for your life before you incarnated. If you learn the lessons that are presented to you in your life, you go raising your vibration and your amount of wisdom that is encoded into your soul. And if you can continue to raise it lifetime after lifetime, because remember I said we have free will. So sometimes our free will brings us back down in vibration in one lifetime, and then when we are reincarnated, we have to redo certain things, you know what I mean? So if you can manage to go higher and higher and higher and higher, then you eventually get to a life where you were so high vibrational, where you were so wise, that I'm sure that's when you end up being what they call enlightened. So when we look at the major arcanas in your readings, it's kind of like destiny, but not really, because free will changes everything. Well, it can change almost anything. There are times when we write things into our divine blueprint where we cannot change it no matter how much we try, and that is indicated to me by the Wheel of Fortune card, which you do not have. Okay, so let's get started here. Right here at the heart of everything, you've got the Gemini card, and in the reverse, the Lovers. Okay, and every time I get this card in a reading, I can't not point it out to people. I just love it, because when I first got this deck and I was reading it, I realized how much this silhouette looks like this feminine here. See how she's got a little bit of a train? It looks a lot like the same shape. Isn't that interesting? All right, so this is the Lovers card. This is the card, of course, of love, the card of choice. You may have had a choice. This is the card of Gemini, like I said. However, this is in reverse for you. Because this is a major arcana card, though, this is a major energy about the lessons that you're here to learn. Okay, so you may not be in a love relationship right now. You may be, Okay, and if you're new, I just want you to know that as an author, I know how much work goes into writing a book and how much work goes into creating a tarot deck. Okay, and that's why I stick with the messages that come in these little books. Any of the books that come with these decks, I usually try to stick with. I was reading this particular deck like the Rider-Waite, because you can. It's modeled after the Rider-Waite, but before I started this week, Mary said you might want to go ahead and check its book like you've been doing the others, because it will give you different messages, the messages that are meant for this particular reading, this particular week. So now when I look into the reversed meaning for this particular deck, this says failure to meet the test, unreliability, separation, frustration in love and marriage. It also says interference by others, fickleness, untrustworthiness, and unwise plans. Okay, so this may have something to do with a Gemini. It doesn't have to, but this is I feel like what I just said is probably what's going on for you. There may be, this is obviously a test. Like I was saying, this is a major arcana card. And so this is saying failure to meet the test. Okay, so this is like, there's a lesson that you're trying to avoid learning. Okay, so be careful. Now, this is the energy that is crossing this card, and this is the Pisces card of the moon. Okay, so the moon is intuition. It is the unforeseen, things that are hidden, secrets, deception. Okay, if this isn't simply a Pisces, but if this is a Pisces, it's a very psychic Pisces. In fact, I don't know why I just said that. Let's see, where is it? Well, it's right side up anyway, but so this is the moon is, oh, she wants me to, hang on. Yeah, the first word is deception. That's usually what you get when you think about the moon. One of the first words you think of is deception. The second one is intuition. And the third aspect is things that are hidden from you. And it says deception, twilight, obscurity, trickery, danger, error, a bad warning, bad influence, ulterior motives, insincerity, false friends, double dealing, false pretenses, disgrace, slander, superficiality, unknown enemies, the meeting of many divergent influences, falling into a trap, failure to avoid dangers, unforeseen changes in plans. So, failure to avoid danger, falling into a trap. So this has this is like failure to meet the test, failure to see these things. Now, I don't like the word failure. I believe that there is no such thing as failure. There's only lessons. However, what this is saying is that you are not learning the lessons. Maybe it's because you don't have all the answers of what to do here. In fact, this is upside down. Maybe you don't know what your choice is yet. Okay? Something is obscured from you here, but there's a lot of falsehood. So Mary is saying that what this is a huge part of your divine blueprint, because these first three cards here are all major arcana. This is what's at the root of everything, the falling tower. Okay, this is at the root, so this already happened. This tower fell, and now you're at a point where there's you may be not handling it well. You know, say Scorpio, you've been going through a breakup. Okay, a love relationship breakup. This is what's been going on almost this whole time I've been doing readings for you, Scorpio. You've been struggling, okay? So to me, this is the falling tower. This is where, this is the breakup, okay? This could, although this could also be another falling tower where maybe, maybe you needed a new job or something and now that's falling apart. But I feel mostly because what we've got here is this Lovers in the reverse. I think this still has to do with this because you know what, when you go through a breakup, you don't just heal right away. Even if you manage to find somebody and get together with them and then you're all happy, you know, that's still, I don't think those really last very long because you didn't take the time to heal and become this whole person for this other person. And while you guys might be happy to have found each other initially, the wounds from the past relationship are still there. So that's why it's difficult to do the healing after a relationship that Spirit says we require, because we really just want to skip ahead. We don't want to do the work sometimes, or we don't want to stay. in this singleness. We don't want to stay in this sadness. We don't, you know, we already feel sad. So, you know, then what? Now I've got to change my whole life. Now I have to change how I act. You know, sometimes it's like, really, Spirit, it seems really harsh, but it's not. It's just, it makes sense when you really contemplate it. If you know, you've heard about the the person in between, the fall, not the fallback guy, or what do they call them? Oh, I can't remember the word right now. But there's, you know, if you start dating too soon, that isn't usually good for you. So there, it's obvious that there is. Usually what you have to do after a breakup is you have to learn how to be independent. You have to learn how to be on your own and be happy and be good being on your own, because that way when you get together with someone, you're independent, not codependent. When you're codependent, people tend to think that this other person that they depend on is the one that is supposed to make them happy. Well, let me tell you something. Nobody can make you happy. Only yourself. Okay, and that is a huge burden to have to put on someone. Just go to somebody right now and say, it's your job to make me happy. What a task. That would be torture. Okay, so no, it's no one else's job to make you happy. It's up to you to learn the independence. This is what is moving out of your life at this time. And this is the Knight of Swords. All knights are bringers of change. All knights are movement. But this one goes fast. This is a very fast mover. Now, Swords is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius energy. Okay, so you've already got Gemini next to this here. You know, so maybe this is a Gemini. I don't know. Doesn't have to be. It could be another air sign. But this knight moves very quickly, sometimes too quickly. He'll start things and then he doesn't finish them. So with that kind of energy behind this card, I'm thinking that's what I'm feeling for you, that you may have started some healing, but you're not wanting to really finish it. You just you might want to just move on now and be happy because you're sick of not being happy, you know. I understand, man. I'm a Libra, and Libras like to be partnered up. And right now, I am not exactly partnered up, and I know how you feel. But you got to learn the lesson so that it'll bring your happiness up on your own. You know what I mean? Okay. This is bravery, skill, capacity, the strength and dash of a young man, heroic action, opposition and war, impetuous rush into the unknown without fear. The surrounding cards indicate the influences around the knight and his gallant pursuit. Ha! Okay, so all that stuff about him moving too quick, that's all the Thoth deck. So this particular deck, this is why Mary told me to look in this little book here. So this is telling me then the impetuous rush into the unknown without fear. This was you leaving. This was you leaving. You were brave. You had the capacity to do this. This is the strength and dash of a young man, which means, you know, the strength and dash of a young person. Okay, I mean, this is an old deck. Okay, heroic action. But I feel like maybe this energy of the hero, of the knight in the pursuit of their own happiness is petering out for you maybe a little bit. You might also be a little confused because there are things that are hidden from you. Okay, you can't see quite clearly, but like I always tell you, Scorpio, you are the most intuitive sign in the zodiac. So this could also be a big honking message telling you to use your intuition more. Listen to yourself. Listening to your intuition has everything to do with the confidence in yourself. We often say, oh, I feel this way, but it's probably not that way. I'm just being silly. And then you find out that you were right, and you go, oh, darn, I was right. What the heck, you know? Another way of using your intuition, you might be like, oh, I know that. Okay, I'm going to try it out. And then you try your intuition, and then you were wrong about something, and then you're all, see, I don't have any intuition. And then the next, you know, at that point you feel like you don't have any intuition. But the thing is you went trying to find that information, saying, I'm going to try, not I'm going to do. Not that I have done this, not that I do this, not that I have intuition. Let me tell you something, Scorpio. Everybody's got it. And you're more intuitive than anybody else in the zodiac. And so, yeah, you do have it. You just need to learn how to use it with confidence and knowing inside. Once you know inside that your intuition is correct, then it will come out correct. Now, for me, these next two cards are future cards, and I'm going to go ahead and read this one first. So this is coins. So this is Earth energy, which is Capricorn and Virgo and Taurus energy. And the two of the coins is usually, you know, like waffling back and forth between some sort of decision. It can be juggling your finances because coins, you know, pentacles, they're all about money, and it's all about health and wealth. This is about a Bible story about Susanna. I don't know the story of Susanna. So I'm just going to read you the reversed meaning in this particular deck is literary ability, agility in handling matters, simulated enjoyment, forced gaiety, letter, message, missive. Okay, so what this is there's something that you're going to be doing in a literary sense. You could be writing a letter, you could be writing an email, you could be writing poetry, you could be, there could be a matter coming up where you're going to be able to handle it, okay? And it's not going to be something that brings you a whole lot of joy because of this whole forced gaiety thing here. Some simulated enjoyment means that you are showing that you're having fun or you're enjoying something when inside you're actually kind of not, you know, you're having to kind of push it, you know, that's okay, don't worry about this, I've got this, but inside you're like, oh man, this kind of sucks, you know. But this has something to do with a message, okay? There's a message that either you're writing, nope, it's you. Yep, you're the one who's going to have the literary ability. You're going to handle something with writing. Now the next energy that we read here is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is, I mean, just look at this. There's a lot of the times what it is, you'll see, is a person who is very sad over 3 cups that were knocked over. And, you know, that's a card of mourning, grieving a loss. They're mourning what, you know, the 3 cups that were dumped over because you can't put that liquid back into that cup. But you can see right here that's the mourning, and I'm not talking about in the AM, I'm talking about mourning someone's death. That's what Scapuni really has here in this card. Now, cups is your energy, Scorpio. So it could be that you may be about to lose someone. However, I don't see your card, the death card here. However, the moon is that maybe if there is someone that is about to pass on, you may not see it coming. However, that doesn't have to be with someone passing away. So that could be just for a couple of you. And I only mention that because of all this stuff going on with COVID. I usually don't mention the death parts as much, but you know what? I'm not going to pretend that there isn't a lot of death going on out there right now, okay? But this is grieving. So I just feel like there's still an aspect of you grieving for this relationship because of something that you don't see, something that is hidden from you. Like maybe if you knew something, you wouldn't be grieving for this anymore. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is what you really need to use your intuition, because you may already know this. Very often when I use my, when I have a question for myself personally, if I require like a yes or no answer, I'll get out my Angel Answer card deck by Radley Valentine, and often I'm told to the answer comes with meditation, okay? And I'm like, what do you mean meditation? I'm asking you right now. Can you just give me, I get all bratty. But when I do actually do the meditation, I find that I already knew the answer. I just hadn't remembered it. Meditation helps you remember things that you don't have in your consciousness. They're filed away in your subconsciousness, which is also this card. This is our subconsciousness, is what holds our intuition. Our subconsciousness is what guides my hands when I put these cards down. It's the part of our physical body that connects to the spirit realm, and that's what we call intuition, okay? So you might want to go ahead and try some meditation, and you'll use your intuition will tell you when this memory pulls up. Your intuition will give you an epiphany. And maybe when you get this epiphany, when you remember this aspect of this relationship, you may grieve. You may feel like, oh my God, did they even really love me at all? Well, maybe that's when you write a letter and you tell them exactly how you feel. And this can be very healing for you. For others of you, if you are experiencing a death of a family member, this literary thing right here could be the will. Okay, so the next energy that we have here is your hope card, and this is the Nine of Cups. This is the wish fulfillment card. However, it's in the reverse. So this is some kind of message here. There really isn't much of a story behind this imagery. So sometimes Scapini will have like a story-ish type thing, and sometimes he'll just put images and he'll say what this is so that we intuitively fill out the information here. Like this says, this card is ruled by the ancient figure of victory, who blows a trumpet and holds a laurel wreath. The prow of the ship below is guarded by Saint Lucy, the patron of illumination and wisdom. Holy moly. Illumination. Wisdom. Wisdom through the intuition. That is how the high priestess is wise, by knowing, not by scholarly stuff, but by knowing. Okay, so illumination and wisdom, who is symbolized by an eye. There's the eye right there. 9 cups are decorated with the figures of pregnant women. Pregnant women. Okay, now this is your hope card, and it's in the reverse. So this says mistakes, material loss, imperfections, misplaced truth, false freedom, opposition, differences, dispute. You know, no, but you're not going to be hoping for differences. You're not going to be hoping for dispute. False freedom, imperfections, mistakes. That's what's sticking out to me. I think that you are hoping that maybe you made a mistake by leaving. I think that you're hoping that maybe this current freedom, this independence that you're experiencing right now won't last. Like maybe what happened is it's got this misplaced truth. That would be something quite deceptive, a misplaced truth. You know, it might be discovered through this meditation as well. So yeah, I feel like you're hoping that maybe what you did was make a mistake in leaving. Now this is you currently. This is you, King of Cups, your cups, except you're in the reverse. So I mean, I totally didn't expect you to be upright. You know, right now things aren't as hunky-dory as they could be for you. You're in the reversal. You know, I just got this card right side up for Cancer, and this card for me usually represents someone that they're the other is hoping will be the king of their heart, since the cups is emotion and love. It's also intuition. Keep hammering that into you though here. This is artistic temperament, double dealing, dishonesty, scandal, loss, ruin, injustice, a crafty person without virtue, and shiftiness. Okay, so this could be the person. This could be your ex, not the king of your heart. And this could be a woman too, okay? This is a mature person. But this is someone with an artistic temperament, someone who's a double dealer, who's dishonest. Scandal, loss, ruin. Scandal. A crafty person without virtue, shiftiness. I'm starting to feel like maybe this person cheated on you and either you forgot about it or you don't know about it. This is your fear card. Now the Pope, this is one of the reasons why I chose this deck for Mary. We all know that the Pope is the head of the Catholic Church, right? In other decks, he's called the Hierophant. In fact, the High Priestess in this deck is called the Popess because there's legends of a female Pope. However, this guy here is in reverse for you, and this is your fear, okay? This is foolish exercise of generosity, overkindness, repeated errors, susceptibility, impotence, vulnerability, frailty, unorthodoxy, renunciation. This is what you're afraid of, that you were too generous, that you were too kind. You're afraid that you're going to keep making the same mistakes and that you are susceptible to more of this kind of treatment. Yeah. You may even be feeling, see, it's got this frailty word here, so you may be feeling like your body and your emotional body may not be strong enough to deal with this or with this type of problem. But let me tell you, Scorpio, it is. You're very strong. And because this is being represented by the Pope, a major arcana card, this is a lesson that is part of your divine blueprint. You are meant to overcome these fears. Okay? Overcome these fears and these types of situations, these challenges in life, they will not return. Now, it's very common for people to make the same mistakes in their love life over and over and over again. And people have said, if you don't learn to not do that with your love life, then it's just going to keep happening. Say a person, as an example, gets together with someone who does cheat on them, and they forgive them, and then eventually they break up because of this stuff, or you know what I mean? And then they get together with someone else who's giving off these same warning signs, but they still do it. And their friends and family are going, I can see that this person is going to cheat on so-and-so. Why are they letting this happen again? That's because that person didn't learn the lesson of self-love, that they didn't learn to love themselves so much that they wouldn't allow themselves to be treated like that again. Okay, and that's a karmic lesson. And like I say, that will keep coming back, whether it's in the same lifetime or in other lifetimes. If a person continues to date people that cheat on them and they do this throughout their entire life and then they die, the next life they get to, that's what's going to happen to them again until they learn to not allow people to walk all over them. Okay? Self-love. Now, thank you, Mary, because I was just saying in Cancer's reading, you'll have all this crap, but then there's hope. Something positive is given to you. This is your potential end result. This is the happiest card in the deck. This is the deck everybody wants to get, and it is in the upright. Scorpio, you are on your way. Especially now after you hear this message. I can almost feel you say, all right then, I'm going to get over this. I'm not going to let this keep happening to me. I'm going to self-love, and I'll end up happy that way because I know that. I know that's what's going to happen because I'm Scorpio and I'm intuitive. This is the happiest card in the deck. Anytime you get this in a reading, no matter what position, no matter if it's upside down or wherever it is in the reading, it makes everything that is negative not as bad as it could be. Okay? So if you're over there right now thinking, oh my God, so-and-so did cheat on me, but then you do your meditation and you realize that they didn't, it's just that you had forgotten that they did something else that you can't really live with, and it wasn't cheating on you, but you know you can't live with that, then you're like, oh, okay. So I meditated and, right, they didn't cheat on me, but they did this, and this is why we can't be together. That could very well happen. Or, you know, you could just learn to just let go now. Just say, all right, yeah, you know what, Allison's right. I'm not going to be with no cheaters. You know, and I'm not saying that this person cheated on you. That's just an example. Okay? But you are going to be happy. And why? Why are you going to be happy? Probably because you're going to do the work. Because when you do the work, that's when you get a new beginning. And that's what this is. The Ace of Cups. The new beginning, not just in love, but in your own energy. This is the Holy Grail, or at least one of them. We call the Holy Grail a lot of things. The Holy Grail can be Mary Magdalene. The Holy Grail could be a cup like this, which is just full of love, that when overflows blesses the entire world. That's what it's doing. Okay? There's Holy Grails that, you know, maybe it's the actual cup that Jesus used. That's why I say there's lots of Holy Grails. But the Ace of Cups is a Holy Grail. The Holy Grail here with the Dove of Peace at the top here, and look at that, the mother with two babies. Okay, there's something about this. This is two children right here that are being pointed out to me. And also, normally on the Sun card, you will have one child on this horse, and there are two. I'm just feeling like you might end up having two children. Or this is, you might already have two children. There may be two children that need to be born. But after all this crap, Scorpio, boom. Thank you, Mother. All right, now let's pull your Mother Mary Oracle card and see if I can manage to not burst into tears. But I don't know, I just really feel her. And Isis, and I just start reading, and the next thing I know, I'm just like, whoa. Don't forget to like, especially if this is resonating with you. Also, please subscribe. It's really exciting to keep growing. And check out my books. They are part of my divine blueprint, my higher self. I was told, you know, basically it was, if you watched my life story, you'll see that I was told through a tarot reader like this. But I feel like I was told through my higher self, because my higher self is what she pulled in to tell me that these books are what I was supposed to do. That it's part of my divine blueprint. She said that I would write a series of books that teach about the path to enlightenment in an entertaining superhero story, but it's also hard-hitting. I have characters that people can relate with. You know, it's not all. It can get pretty deep. And people have reported experiencing spiritual healing. And so that tells me right then and there why they were meant to be written. So check them out. You know, you can watch me read book 1 live. I've got all those videos. You can try it for free. And if you like it, you can get book 2. But all right, so enough of that. Let's go. Thank you. of soul birth. Oh my God. I cannot even wait to hear what this is. I got chills already. I was pointing out children saying, because you know what? Sometimes the Ace of Cups is a new child. Oh my God. All right. Oh, I grabbed the deck instead of the book. This is number 5. 5 is the number of change. Yes, yes, yes. You are changing. You are definitely going through a change. All right. So this starts with an italics area, and then it goes down into the message further. All right, I'll hold it for you. Look at this. This is yellow. This is yellow is the solar plexus chakra, confidence and your power. So you and I have been separated. Oh, well, okay, hang on. Trying not to get all choked up. You and I have never been separated, though you may fear it to be so, my beloved one. Yet as you grow, I grow. Dang it, I am totally tearing up already. As you suffer, I suffer. Oh, God. As you celebrate, I celebrate. When you rage and grieve, so too do I rage and grieve. Sorry. Your journey upon this planet is held within my loving embrace, and is my journey too. I am with you always. We cannot be parted. I accept all parts of you and all parts of your journey. There is nothing to hide from me, for I am in your life with you. When you reject parts of yourself, you reject me. When you love yourself, you love me. Love me, dear one. Love yourself, and your radiant soul grows into life, into light upon the earth. Oh, God, that was the italicized part. That's exactly what I was saying. All right. The journey of the soul is a gritty one. It entails encounters with realms of light, with pure love and heavenly rapture. It also entails encounters with negativity, fear, doubt, shame, guilt, grief, anger, and suffering. Such is the mysterious experience of being a divine human in the making. We encounter bliss and despair in order to become whole. It is through our wholeness that we are capable of allowing the divine presence to manifest through us as it wishes to, according to a higher plan. The more open we are to life with acceptance, especially when we don't understand it, when we don't understand it, the more we can allow our soul to lead us through life into our divine destiny. When our soul leads us, we avoid the obstacles created by our mind. With the mind's tendencies to reject and judge, we would inhibit the flowing assistance of our soul. The Heavenly Mother wants your soul to blossom, understanding that it is the lotus flower that is fed by mud, and that this is just the nature of being a divine, soulful human. The Mother is not interested in perfection. She is interested in love. That is her way. She knows that the dark and the light are in sacred play upon the earth, and that the divine presence is in all things. It is not only within the light, but also even within the greatest darkness, though it may seem harder to find there. She understands that to grow and blossom, the soul needs honesty more than it needs pleasantness. She understands that we need the light of joy and also the darkness of anger, rage, grief, and sadness. channeled into healing consciousness so that we can grow and become all that we can possibly be. She understands that becoming a divinely awakened human being is a raw, wild, and beautiful path, often with great suffering, and she feels great compassion. She empowers us, through her wisdom, to take the journey with a fearless faith in her divine protection and guidance when we are in need. The mother wants to experience her divine children as succeeding in their spiritual destiny. This requires an acceptance, even of the emotions that may not seem spiritual at first, and of the light experiences that seem to be challenging and take us into darker, unknown territory. When we understand that the divine is in all experiences, and we draw to us what we need, when we need it, and that the Divine Mother protects us whenever we call upon her, we can trust. We might not always understand, but we can still choose to trust. Through understanding her teachings of the necessity of light and dark for the heart to become truly powerful, we can accept ourselves and our lives more readily, and in doing so, our soul begins to open up. Our heart becomes more powerful. When we can learn to love more completely, starting with ourselves, we become capable of being instruments for her love in the world in other ways, through our relationships, our passions and interests, our chosen professions, and how we live from day to day. When the soul is allowed to live, rather than the mind trying to squash it down and only allow the logical, understandable parts to see the light of day, miracles can occur. As the heart opens to life without restraint, the miraculous love of the mother can flow through us. We become instruments of her grace. This oracle comes with a special message for you. Somewhere in your life, in your relationships or within yourself, you have been holding back. You have been doing so because you were worried that what wanted to come out was not acceptable, or that you would be shamed. Mother Mary tells you that she loves you and wants you to blossom. Don't try to stop the flow of love. Allow yourself to take the steps forward that you have been questioning. Don't be afraid, beloved. There is only your great connection to the Holy Mother to discover and your own soul to grow. The Holy Mother is within you, is within your soul that longs for divine fulfillment. You have her permission to discover and be yourself completely and freely. Do not hide yourself away, even from the darkness. There is nothing to fear. There is only love that is growing. You'll be rebirthing your soul. That was beautiful. Now, how much control do you have over this situation? I can gauge that by the number of major arcana to minor. And my goodness, Scorpio, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 out of 10 cards, Scorpio, means that half of this you have written. This reversal of lovers, the things that are hidden from you, the tower that fell, the reversed Hierophant energy here, and the sun. This is all meant for you. You've got, oh my gosh, you've got the sun and the moon. This is like the sun and the moon. Okay, the moon is the feminine. This is Luna and she's the moon. This is sunshine and he's the sun. He's the masculine. Call him Sunny though. He hates being called sunshine. He's too tough for that. You've got the sun and the moon. You are going to go from learning your intuition and learning to love yourself and learning to see what is hidden from you, and that will bring you this happiness. And then you will be balanced. And then you may very well experience marriage if this is what you are aiming for. So learn the lessons here, Scorpio. This is an extremely important time in your life. That's what I have for you at this time. See you next time.